Hi everybody, we are back with another live. I am super excited for this live. I have been waiting to do this live for selfish reasons, of course. Could you have any other thought in your mind? It's for selfish reasons. I want to wear the bracelet that I made and I have not been able to wear it. So, yes. I'm also really excited to share the techniques with you today though. We're going to do some cool cold enamel effects today, plus the resin. It gives this really beautiful finish. I picked out very candy-inspired colored kind of things to make it a little bit like, like dots on the paper, how they're those colors. That's kind of like what was a little bit of my inspiration, that blue, that pink. Yeah, I think that's just really pretty. Hi, Connie. Hi, Candy. But we have so many packs today. I curated a bunch of different themes and then I just started clustering charms, and then my mom edited them down based on if we had enough in stock, all of these things, making sure it wasn't too expensive. So a bunch of charm packs. They're really gorgeous. So if you have any difficulty picking things out for somebody, they're pre-made for you. You get to pick it, you get a little discount, you get to have it, and all you have to do is use some jump rings and add it to a bracelet. We have little kits, and we have some finished bracelet kits as well. Not kits, finished bracelets as well, and necklaces as well. So yeah. Hi Elizabeth, welcome. We are doing a DIY jewelry live. So hopefully that's your thing. We'll be doing some painting today, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool ladies here. We just started though, so we're just doing intros stuff. But yeah, we'll be doing the demonstration and it'll be cool. You obviously don't have to paint this. I did use some things that I just had lying around. So I know you guys know that I have pre-made a bunch of little gemstones. Historically, when you I set them up, and then I put them on my mat, and I make a couple at a time. Well, I had some left over, and I did add it to this. So feel free to do that with yours as well. We're adding little crystals, anything and bobs that you might have laying around on your desk, you can do to maximize it. Because we love maximalizing here. And for ordering, you can order on vintaj.com. If you go to the news section, it should be there, and there are deals and discounts. I don't know if you want to go over what we're doing with that.
Yes, we will do that. I also think, so for the theme today, we were thinking about who are the different people in your life.
Yes.
So that kind of informed all the different themes. We've got the bookworm, the adventurer. And we were thinking about, how do you do a charm bar experience online, but these are already curated for you.
Yes.
So you have all of these great things to choose from that you could really have your own jewelry making experience with, which is a whole lot of fun. So if you are, we do have also a special today, which is if you buy 5 or more from this grouping, which are all the things that have the little logo on them that say pick and mix, you're going to get 20% off of the already discounted bundle price.
Yes.
And then also, if you're a Backstage Pass member, you also get an additional 20% off of these. So it's really pushing it down to wholesale level or below wholesale on some of these items. So really super great ideas in time for thinking about getting ready for the gifting season.
Yes, absolutely. Or even just a fall activity. Peggy, I know you commented on my video, hush, but I am ready for fall. I am ready for the fall season, and this would make a really great cozy activity. You can get the either finished bracelets or the finished necklaces or the kits of either or, and then you could have your girlfriends or granddaughter or whatever pick one of their clusters they like, and they could work on it themselves for a little indoor activity as the season gets cold and darker as we lose daylight. Unfortunately, I like my daylight.
You gotta do what you can
Exactly. But I like cozy
liven it up,
activities,
right?
especially if you can have a little fire going. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Spread out your bead mat, put your charms out there, get your paints. Also, yes, I really love. Do you want to hold up like your charm bracelet and show some of the different?
Laid it out perfectly.
Oh, well, don't hold it up then. Switch to the overview view, and show them.
Okay. Here we have a little overview of some of our stuff from today, including the charm bracelet. And there are so many things. I'm going to show you a before on one of the things so that you guys get an idea of the transformation that we get to make. Ta-da! This is the before of the ballet slipper. And I made her all cute and pink. And then I'll show you the puff locket as well. This is how she originally looked. And then same, this would have been actually a blink, and I did the same technique, which I will be showing you guys. So anything with color, I just added that here. It was all either brass or natural brass finish before my little accentuizing. I also did stamp this blank here because I thought it was really cute to add a little bit of customization. Are people commenting?
Not so much today. So I would just go through an overview and just keep going, because when we have rewatchers, then this will all be information, and then you guys, whoever comes in later, can just rewind. Right?
I was just making sure I wasn't like
missing I did something. Notice that we have a viewer today.
Did the notification go out?
I'm not sure, because my phone is being used for this, so. But I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, we will obviously be doing these techniques soon, but this is a cute little overview what we got going. We are selling these little spacer beads because they will overlap over top of each other unless you have those. I think that also is cute. I did a little cluster here like that. But if you want to space them out, all you have to do is slide this guy on. If you just take the jump ring off, it will slide right through. And then it will space these guys out nicely. And it looks super cute that way. That is a quick little overview. And I'm going to crack open my yerba because I need caffeine. Yeah. Ta-da.
That reminds me of an interaction that we had when we were up in Canada. We were in a gallery, and I was using sound effects to describe the art. I was like, it's like, shh. And the guy was like, I've never heard a woman do that before, which I thought was funny, right? And I said, well, I do it all the time when I'm teaching. Because we'll, like painting or swishing or this kind of thing. But I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Then he had the observation is that maybe guys use sound effects too. I think artists do, right?
Yeah. I do it a lot. Like, it's very natural. Especially when I'm like excited about something. Yeah. I'll be like, dun dun dun. I'll do all the sound effects. I need to make life more exciting and whimsical.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to go through all of our different sets so you guys get a good idea. It will just show the images. It does not come with the chain. It's just the charms, and that's just to kind of show what it could look like. But you guys get the deal. You'll see. So my bracelet is this one. You want to pull the camera down so I am not eyebrows.
Like
Keep
this.
going. Keep going.
And maybe zoom out a little bit. How's that?
You need to go lower.
There we go.
Okay.
How's that?
That's better.
Okay.
I'm still a little up here, but you can see my face. So this is my bracelet, which I just showed. This is what it would look like before all of the effects that I did in the first place. And so that is that. I just did this for my personal self. I really like this cluster because cluster is very me, and I am very eclectic. I didn't know what to name this. My mom named this, so this is apparently who I am.
I was like, well, maybe people who don't watch us normally wouldn't understand.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
As
I didn't know what to name it because I'm like, this is very me, but I don't know what that means.
Also, I feel like too, these are kind of a springboard when you think about, we've got tons and tons of charms on the website that you can order individually.
And some of these are new, guys.
Yes.
Some of these have not been on the website.
If there's one that you're looking for that you're like, oh, I need more of that, they will be showing up.
Yes.
Elizabeth was saying she noted the music note blank, which is really cool. And that it's available in the bundle for now. But a lot of these charms are going to show up as able to order individually eventually.
Yes.
It was just enough work just putting together the bundles and the graphics and the sales and all the stuff for today.
There's a bajillion products today. But yeah, this is that first one. This is like a good representation of me. I did a lot of customization. You'll notice those hearts are blanks as well. Don't be too worried about it. It is not that difficult to achieve. I will show you and walk you guys through how to do this stuff. So yeah, that's that first one.
And these are all $29.
Here is the Beach Hippie. This cluster has some cool, fun stuff. If there's one charm that's a little bit larger, that was intentional. You saw how I used the music note. Feel free to use your larger charm in the same way where it is in the middle of the bracelet versus just hanging off of it. I still think the chunky charm can look really good. I like really chunky jewelry, but if that's not your thing, you can definitely do that and use it in the same way that the music note was. So this is the Beach Hippie, and you get some really cute, beachy, fun charms here. And then we have the Collector, which has a bunch of like mix match. I'm just like picturing some old dude in his little office with all like the cool bugs in the background.
Oh, yeah, like the professor and
all like the cool like unique decorations that have just been accumulated through years and years of experience and adventure and just living and liking things. Like
yes.
A little pack
I
rat.
feel like I'm the collector, right? That's kind of my personality.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I would say so, actually. I can definitely see you wearing this now that I think about it.
For sure.
And then we have the Bookworm. I was just picturing somebody who likes to cozy up during the fall season with a little blanket and a little book. So I did a lot of like fall, cozy, feeling different charms that I thought were cute and collected together for this one. That would be representational. I would definitely still wear all of these guys. But like I said, I'm the eclectic, so I think that makes sense.
And then, Corian, if you're watching, if you could check with Doug, or can you let me know if the SMS reminder went out? Because sometimes our ladies are waiting for that to pop in to know that we've gone live.
And then we have the Traveler. And so I just wanted to put a bunch of things from different collected spaces of the world. So we have the alpaca, which is adorable. Come on guys, be for real. It's so cute. The cactus, the beach. I thought the anchor would be super cute to represent like taking a cruise or something like that. The elephant, the turtle, and then the journey tag. And then I do have a little circle there, which I included because I wanted somebody to be able to customize that as well. You can put an initial, you could put two. You guys know the deal. And then we have the Dreamer. And so I wanted to make this very like kind of midnight, slightly gypsy kind of feel with like more of those, how I would picture like a caravan, like some of those things that would go into there with the dress and the clothes, traditional clothing that you typically think of. So lots of circular little charms there that reflect the little bangle. What are those called? The
Bangle bracelets?
with the little coins all over them.
We need some help with that. It's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They make noise, right?
Yeah. So kind of reminiscent of that.
Some people say like cha-cha bracelet.
What? No.
Yeah.
I don't like
it's
that.
not that.
So lots of cute little things there. That star could totally be customized, that blank. You could hammer it. You can do the same candied heart effect that I did on those blank hearts. Whatever you desire. Feel free to use that bead. There is a leaf bead, feather bead in there that you could use as a charm or as a bead itself if you wanted to add that in. And a connector as well to add in. And Nancy said the bookworm charms is what she's drooling
Was that
over.
her personality?
It must be, yeah.
Tell us in the comments which one you think you are. After we finish the whole thing, you tell us which one you identify with the most. Are you a dreamer? Are you a bookworm? Or a collector? Or who are you?
Yeah. And so we also have the garden fairy, which I feel like is representational of all of us who come to these lives. We do a lot of fairy-esque thing. I know everybody loves this. And so I don't feel like I don't even need to explain myself why I picked these things. It's just very classical things that we like to use. I also included the Green Girl little flower drop in there. I don't remember the specific name at the moment, but lots of cute things. That fairy is just so iconic from my childhood, so I had to include her. She is stunning. And actually, I included the dance charm, which somebody might not understand, but in my head, I was like, oh, Wildwood dancing. It just seems like very fairy-esque. More than anything else, I could have included something else, but I just felt like it felt more whimsical to the theme as well. But that is that with all of those. They're so cute. And then we have the adventurers. So I'm thinking about the person who likes to go on hikes, likes to travel the U.S., likes to go to the national parks, and go on little mountain adventures. So we have so many cute little things that I feel like represent that. And yes, Corey, and that is perfect. Fairy dancing in the garden. Yes, exactly. And then, so this one you're going to have like the compass, the arrowhead. We have the Little Dipper for the star, a bird, that mountainscape, the little fox head connector, which is so cute. The spirit, the pine cone, just little things that I feel like really collected together feel like that type of person. So if I'm like looking and I were to look at this on a Pinterest board, this is, I feel like, would be very representational of that aesthetic as well, which I think is really cool. And then we have the romantic, which is very filigree, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, so this one I wanted to feel very, I don't really know how to put this one into words and how to explain it properly. Like elevated, I guess. Very like Renaissance-y-esque without getting too close to the sun there. And a lot of things that I feel like are very soft feeling. Because I feel like romantic can feel very soft and imaginative and daydreamy. So I wanted it to fit into that feeling for sure. And as he said, I'm the adventurer in the morning, eclectic by noon, and bookworm by 4 p.m.
You know, it's interesting too, because I was thinking, if you're more than one of these, right? Like you mix and match and you make your own, right? You
Yes.
grab a few of them and then
for sure.
make it your own.
For sure. All right, so that is all the different charm collections. I'm going to quickly show you the other accessory things that you guys could get to this. So we have this finished necklace bracelet kit. You'll notice I did use those necklaces and the 2 necklaces here. They are just like a, what is the word? Ball chain, like a very fine ball chain, and they are pre-done for you. Same with the bracelets. This one here is not finished. You're going to get all the chain you need and the clasps and jump rings. And this is the solid brass variant. How long is that chain going to be? 18 inches? 20?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
So
20.
you'll get 20 inches of chain for the necklace, and you'll have enough for the bracelets as well.
Yeah, 2 8-inchers.
Yes.
So.
And this is the exact same, but in the natural brass finish. And then this one is the chunky one pre-done as well.
Yes. So there are 2 that are there's 2 that are kits. It's the solid brass and natural brass. Those are the kits. The plated ones are all finished.
I knew the other ones
to begin with.
I knew those 2 were kits. So this one is also finished. This is a shorter necklace length and also bracelets. And then we also have the spacer beads that I used on that ball chain, but also with the green. I'll show that here under the camera in a second. Give me one sec. So you'll see here, these are the little beads. They have very large holes. Also, I was going to recommend, over a year ago now, that's crazy, doesn't feel like that long ago, we had our Lima Beads collab, and I used their large hole potato beads. I would be surprised if those also did not work super well for this. And you could totally do similar techniques to this theme. Could you actually grab that for me?
What am I looking for?
The Lima Beads collab.
Oh boy. I can look.
It should be pretty obvious.
Yeah, I can see if I can find them. But
It's right there. I'm not gonna reach
it's
for
right
it.
here. Is it this one?
Yeah, I believe so. The one that fell.
Oh, there you go. This one. It's got some stuff hanging on it too. Like it picked up a couple of pair of earrings on the way down.
Yeah. So
you can see
you
it's
should
got a lot of
also
inspiration
if you
behind
wanted
this.
to get some, you could definitely do so. These are very large hole beads that we had gotten from them for that collab. And you can take these charm things and go real crazy like I did with this necklace. Can you fix the camera for me?
Yeah, there you go.
And so I did this necklace like over a year ago. This is like a massive charm cluster. Have to get everything like situated. It's a little crooked from hanging weird. And you could take them and do something crazy like this if you wanted to. This is just very beaded. But this is
so you don't have to use them in the traditional sense of making like charm bracelets or charm necklaces. They're just really like personality types.
Yes.
Of
And you can go about
groupings.
it however you want to.
This is really a great piece.
And then last but not least is that paint set there. This will be the Candy Enamel Effects. And you'll see me use some of these paints in a little bit here. So that is our quick little overview. Not so quick because we had so many products today. My mouth is getting dry from talking so much. A little yap, 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 yap.
Yippity yap.
I start to lose my voice at the end of these things, guys.
Well, I
Are you
feel like that was a
surprised?
lot of kind of description, and now we can get into the fun part, which is learning how to do this candy enamel effect. Fun.
So I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way so I can start to show you guys some of these cool effects. Oh, and I do want to note really quickly, you will not see this come with this on. This is what I was talking about earlier about how I'll have some of these things just laying around from previous stuff that I've worked on in classes. There are previous labs where I have done this effect. This is like a faux turquoise effect that you guys can go back and learn. It's not too difficult. I did something recently similar to this as well. So you totally can switch it up like that as well and do last week's technique. There's a lot of different things, but I do think it's fun to add these little customizations and then just use Loctite to glue it on. So feel free to add and bedazzle in any way you like. You'll also notice I did add a cute little flat back to this Inspire tag here. She's super cute.
I think we need to, so the two of the colors that I added, we only have in antiques here in the studio. So we need to restock now that we're doing more enamel effects.
Yeah, we haven't used the other paints in a while because the our antiques are so versatile and easier to use
For most things.
for most things.
Yes.
But for this kind of technique, it's definitely better to have our enamels because coverage is so much better. It's more opaque, and it's just going to work a little bit easier for these kinds of things. And move the camera up.
Yep. How is that?
Up higher? Yeah, that's perfect. All right, I'm gonna start easier. Do you have the music note blank?
And we'll grab that. Yes, I did bring it.
I'm gonna start with that because I think it's one of the easier ones to achieve. And so we will be working with our music note blank first. I'm going to be using the Onyx Ultimate Paint for this and resin. Just give me 1 second. I need to drink some water.
So you can see the only place that this music note is going to show up for right now is in the bundle, but be looking out for these to show up a little bit down the road individually.
I think Corian was asking, are there two different styles?
Yes, there are two different styles of chain in the silver bundle, and that's all in the description. So if you go to vintaj.com, you can click on the graphic at the top. There's a little button that says Shop Kits Now. And if you click into each one of the collections, it tells you everything that comes in it.
So I'm just getting out my silicone brush here. It's what I worked with for this technique specifically. I find that it is the most effective for this sort of thing. Can you get me something to clear?
Yep.
Just because you're pushing the around the paint and it's not getting absorbed into the brush. You don't have to worry about cleaning your brush in between because these paints are very fast drying, especially in the enamel variant of our paints. They dry way faster than any of the others. So we're going to remember to put it on this side.
Does it still need
Yeah.
clearing? Did you use this one last time?
It's been a couple weeks
Okay.
because I did this way.
Also, like the studio lights will. There, try that. And then I guess I could just give you like this little. There you go. Perfect. So you're going to notice that the viscosity of this is a lot thicker
Yes.
than the antiques.
It is definitely thicker. And so I'm just going to take this color, I'm going to apply it directly onto my piece and start pushing it around. And work until I get this as full coverage as I can. And continue to pull to the edges. And this part is not too difficult. Just try and work quickly so that you don't have to deal with any weird drying. Just pretend you're coloring it and that's it. I do like to pull it up to the top here.
So is the goal really here a lot more even coverage?
Yeah, you're just trying to get it covered. And it doesn't need to be perfect because I did a couple layers actually for all of the ones that I did. Do try and get rid of any bubbles because sometimes bubbles appear. And then I do actually use the heat tool for this one. Technically, it would be better to just wait. Can you clean these, please? And let it air dry. But I obviously like to get my work done in a single day. So we're going to use this, but try and hold it as far back as possible. But this paint does dry faster.
Oh, that's where the shadow's coming from. It's that. There we go. No, maybe not.
So I'm gonna hold it far away. It has a good like half a foot or longer. Oopsie, sorry guys. And we don't want it to be too close and we don't want it to crack. So that's why we're holding it far away.
So we're using a combination of techniques. First of all, using the Ultimate Paint Enamels is going to give you a really good base coat in base color in one coat, and then Ainsley is going to be also using UV resin for dimension to make it really that very candy enamel look. Ooh, that's great. Which kind of pigments did you get, Spencer Reed? Spencer Reed said, I got some pigments, very excited to try them out.
Well, that sounds cool. And then we do want to let it cool off. Anybody who has been with us for a long time knows that we will get a little heat fuse effect if we apply the paint when it's hot, which sometimes that is desired, but for this one, it will definitely clump it up. Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
So you don't want to
paint.
get it too close to it. Keep a little bit of different distance.
Yeah, well, we don't want to touch it immediately after because it's going to be hot.
Yes. Yeah, I know. You know what? Sometimes I'll torch something and then pick it up and
don't touch it. Don't add paint immediately.
Wait until it's cooled down a minute.
Yep.
Welcome, Lisa.
And then depending on the coverage and if I'm happy with that, we will decide if we want to do more and still let it cool. It's definitely still hot. I was frying it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you want to do, let's do the first stage of a bunch and then you can resin them all together. Maybe start with...
Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed actually. I did this one 2 different colors.
Uh-huh.
So, look at this side. So cute. This is my favorite side. And look at this side. Haha. She's double-sided, so you do have to do her twice if you want the back to match. but I did different colors because I thought it was fun. And obviously I got a little bit too much paint in the top, which is why there's no dots there. But it's still cute.
I think that one really shows the candy effect very well too. It can be kind of hard to see on the black, the dimension, because on camera.
Yes.
Anyway.
So this one, I'm just going to take a little yonder here. See if there's anything I want to touch up, because I actually got really good coverage on this one. So I'm just going to add a little bit more paint to my mat, because I definitely dried that out with my heat tool. And there's a tiny little spot that I missed, but I couldn't fix because it was too close to being dry. And I would have messed it up a little bit. So I'm just going to fix this little edge here, because I am a perfectionist.
Yes, if you watch Ainsley on the weekly, you will very much witness that in action.
And I cannot compromise perfection. Nope. It's very obnoxious for her. Not for me, though.
Mm. You get a lot of tips on how to fix all the Picky Pants little tiny details that are very essential for making top-end jewelry. So if you're just, it's elevating it from the crafting experience to fine handmade. That's a lot of what we do. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, definitely. So I just am going over on the edges and some of these spots.
Because I can't even see on camera that
it's because it's on like the angles, and I can't. Normally I wouldn't miss this, guys, but since I'm working from a distance and it's not like immediately right here, and I can't pick it up and scan it like the little OCD freak I am. Yeah, this is why I'm doing this. And I'm going to dry this really quickly. I didn't add too much, and I'm happy with where it's at. So I just need to get those edges sealed down nicely. And we're going to go in with our resin.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Spencer Reed. We are looking in to figure out how to get our streaming, our multi-platforms to go to TikTok. We do have an account that can stream, and you'll find our content on there, but we haven't quite figured out the technical way to do that yet.
Our platform, it's like... doesn't have that as an option yet. We could like recommend it to them.
Yeah. Well, I think
they're a small enough company that they do take.
Yeah. The way they do it is through like RMS feeds or whatever. So I think there's a way we can do it. We just got to take a minute to figure that out.
All right. I'm going to put some resin right onto my mat here. And I'm going to continue to use the silicone brush. You do need a silicone brush to do it this way for this, otherwise you will ruin your brush. And I don't recommend
spending money to ruin it. You could do it with like something else, but why not just have the tool that's going to be the easiest?
This will literally, you get resin on it, just put it under the light, cure it with it, and just pull the resin off. Yeah. It's so easy.
If you work with resin at all, these are the perfect tool for it. And those are also available on vintaj.com.
And I'm going to pull the resin right to the edges here.
So do you find that it's easier if you start in the middle and then work your way out?
So I start in like the larger areas. That's just my preference, and then I kind of pull to the smaller areas. It's just a little bit easier for me to work with it that way. And that's just my preference. I do like to resin the loop still to keep like a very consistent look.
Yeah, that would be one of those good touches. So if you're keeping the back clean of if you want to keep it clean of any paint and any resin, sometimes what you'll do is after you've cured it, you can take a Q-tip with a little bit of acetone and clean up anything that has dripped over the back.
You definitely could do that. Or you could just paint the back.
Yes, but if you want it to be like bare metal, it's 50-50 with me, the things that I will paint on the backs and things that I keep clean. But it's just a nice tip for working with these paints because they are super permanent. So if you clean it up right away, within that 24-hour period, you can have a lot easier time cleaning it up.
So I'm going to cure this for a good amount of time. And then we're going to do another layer because you'll notice this is very dimensional. And so it's best to do it more than one time in a row because you're going to get more dimension.
Do you want to switch to your full view while that's curing? How many minutes did you put that in for, by the way?
I did 120 seconds.
Okay, so 120 seconds.
And then, so you'll notice this is very dimensional. If I just did the one coat, it would not have the same kind of like dimension, which is why I'm going to go back and do it again.
Making it super domed.
And if you add more, the dome isn't going to work as well. The dome won't look as good, in my opinion. So I find it's better to do it twice.
Yeah. So I'm zoomed in really close here. If you want to show them kind of a preview of the other techniques while we're waiting for that one to cure. Looks like you've got some cute solid ones there. Like that dancer slipper is crazy. The tiny little bow you did on that one. So adorable. I'll move the camera around so you don't have to. And then obviously your little polka dot one. So cute. And then I think once we get kind of a primer on a couple of these techniques, we can experiment on some of the charms from today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lisa. She said, I'm super thankful for Ainsley's torch class. Oh my goodness, it rocks. I knew you would love it, Lisa. Torch without the torch.
No flame necessary. It's the flame in our heart.
Is that one done?
It's almost done, yeah. I'll take this off in a second. And we're going to go back in the same way that we did before.
Now we have lots of sets today that we curated for you guys. Ainsley went through them at the beginning of the live if you're just coming in now. But you can find them all at vintaj.com. And then also we're running an extra deal. You get if you add at least 5 of those items to your cart, you'll get an
side by
extra 20%
side, guys. So you'll notice, wow, this one has so much more dimension. That's why we're doing it again. On purpose. On purpose.
Are you split screen or where are you right now?
I am not, because I am stupid.
Distracted. This is what we are.
I get too hyper focused. I will show you guys what I was talking about again. See, this one's more dimensional.
I can't see it.
And this one is not. That's why I'm doing another layer. Alright. I'm going to start pulling this guy right over and plopping the resin right on so we can build it up nicely.
So if you are a maker, this is a really good springboard of project ideas that you can show for a charm bar, which are super popular and fun. You have like a bunch of chains laid out, you have a bunch of charms to select from, maybe some curated examples of how it could look, and a really fun kind of interactive project. Plus, I think it would be fun, like if you're a maker, to have a bunch of like already hand enameled charms, and then they could be like $20 if they're complicated.
They're pre-done, yeah.
Maybe if it was like a $2.50 charm and you enameled it and it was simple, then it may be $5 or $10 for the charm. But if it's like one of the really intricate ones, then I would say $20.
Absolutely. Don't undervalue your art.
For sure. And you know, everything, it takes time.
Just building this up more. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think actually I want a little bit more, personally. Because I can.
I'm the boss. Because she's in charge, lady.
Okay, we're going to do that again. Somebody want to pick out what our... Can you move that? Somebody want to pick out what our next charm is going to be that we're going to do after I show you guys the candied heart.
Oh, yeah. Tell us from which collection.
Yes, pick a collection, pick a charm, and we'll do a candied effect on it that I haven't even done. So it'll be on the fly, as I do, because that's what I do when I work anyway. I'll just be coming up with stuff on the fly, and just hopefully it works out. Usually it does. I've gotten pretty good at making it work.
Maybe we should do some on like your little, maybe like the little squirrel would be fun. If we don't get any other ideas, I think we should do them on these, do some enamel on your two
or
example
we could do
necklaces.
the owl and add the flat backs to the eyeballs like we
That
talked
would
about.
be cute. I think we should do the owl for sure. And that one, which one is that? Is that in the collector set?
I think it's in the bookworm.
Bookworm set, yes. You're right, it is.
So, yeah, we can try that. Any other suggestions, though, we can try to do for you guys today. If you just want to drop whatever one you saw that you had an affinity for, you definitely can do that. Ah, my charm. She's getting twisted. There we go. But yeah. I would put this on right now if it wasn't going to get in the way of my work and me accidentally dipping into it.
You don't want to double paint it, huh?
Yeah, for some reason I don't want little black marks all over the pieces that I spent a very long time doing. Okay, this guy is done. Can show you it after I get my little tool. Oh, looks like I had a little oopsie, which can happen, but we will fix that and I will show you how to fix that.
It's a great opportunity to show you if it goes over the edge what to do.
Yeah. She definitely went over the edge for this one. So I'm going to take our side cutters. I have a junky pair that I like to use for whatever in a business. I'm just going to pinch this off as much as I can. And then I'm going to take, where is it? My metal file, and I'm just going to shape this. I would have already taken my metal file to clean up the edges, so this is totally fine, in my opinion. Well, you must have missed it because I couldn't see that well over that edge. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Sorry about that. It's hard to file far away from your body.
I think YouTube might be having a little bit of a connection issue today because it is buffering a lot more than Facebook.
So I'm just going to file the edges to clean that up. Until I am happy with the result. Just cleaning up all the edges. And then we can just cover up those little spots when we go back in a second here with some resin to fix it. And like I said, a lot easier to do when you can hold it close to your body. I got a little over eager with my resin.
So I think the key with it is patience, right?
Yep.
Because
you could build it up another layer, which is why I did the second layer in the first place, is to prevent this. Probably should have done three
different layers, depending on the doming. That happens to me sometimes. I'm like trying to take a shortcut and putting in a little bit too much on there, and then it ends up costing you time in the long run. Okay. Why don't you let me finish cleaning that one up and we can start this heart. And I will clean that up for you in the background.
It's mostly clean. There's just one spot. All right. I got my heart. This one you do need to, it's easier to work with. This is going to probably seem a little weird.
Is that on screen?
What?
The heart? Or are you full screen?
No, not yet. I'm about to show them something. It's easier for me personally to work with if I'm holding the heart. This includes in the resin process. I'm not going to do this for here so that I can show it to you properly and not get off screen. But when I originally did this, I just held my piece like this. And I worked on it like this and like this so that I could have it really close to me. I'm not holding it with my fingers. I'm not touching it, but I can really get in those little details. It's very close. And I can just little doop, doop, doop on those little drops. But I will not do that. Here, can you give me a little wipe so I don't get any dust on my
There you go. How's my response time?
Just clean this off so we're not getting this into our paint because that could ruin our effect here. Just make sure you have a clean space. All right. I'm going to pull out my colors, which is the green opal, and then we'll shake this guy up. Then I'm going to have her shake the petalite in the background.
So all of the paints and glazes that we sell come with a nice little mixing ball in there. So if it's been sitting a while and you don't hear that little clickety-clack when you're shaking it, you can smack it against the table or something to loosen it up, and that just helps it mix really well.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to put some of this paint on my mat here in a second. All right. And we're going to work as quickly as possible. I am only going to put this on the base of the heart. Like you'll notice it is on here. And don't feel free to make the paint really thick. I did, and I avoided the little holes as much as possible. So I went around them like so. And I was cognizant to pull it to the edges because this is puffed, so you will need to get it down the sides, which is why I found it easiest to work with and to paint. Oh, there she goes. That's what I was trying to avoid. Easiest to work with and paint when you're holding it close to yourself
yes.
Because you have better visibility.
Let's just do that. Let's, you get in a comfortable position and I'm going to change the camera. So you just hold it up just like you did in your beginning one, because I think it's important that they get the gist.
So I'm just gonna wipe that off really quickly so that I can keep it, because I don't want to cover it personally. I think it's fine. I just need to be a little more careful than I was being. And do your best to work as quickly as you can to make sure it doesn't dry on you.
So you want an even coverage before it dries? Is that kind of the idea?
Yes. That is. You'll notice it kind of like, oh. Well, we're going to sacrifice the tops like I did on the back. And we can maybe get it to be right the next time. Because it decided it didn't like that. Which is fine, I guess. This side and edge. This is why it's easier to hold it yourself, because it will move around a bit if you have it on the mat. And easier to see the edges.
You could probably use a little bit of tape to, like resin tape or something, to keep it in place, right?
You probably could. Just trying to make sure I get those top edges. Sacrifice that one as well, and then I'm just going to go in here and pull my paint closer. Alright. And we can clean it up with another coat in a second in some of those spots. And it's fine if you have a little bit of paint there. This did happen to me initially as well. Or not. Or not. It just doesn't like me today.
Oh, that's a great idea, Chris. She said a tiny bit of silly putty will hold it in place.
We're going to sacrifice this entire side. I just can't do it at this distance.
It's okay. We only need to see one side for demonstration purposes, right?
And then we'll do the same thing as earlier as the music note, where we're kind of holding it far away to dry it. This is pretty thick. So the thinner it is, the faster it dries as it goes. But we don't want to hold it too close. We don't want it to bubble. We don't want it to crack. So this is why we're doing it this way. Should be pretty well dried. I'm gonna go in and fix this little area that I can't see here along the edges. And then I'll go in with the pink here in a second. So there's some spots here. Try and keep this a little more in place. Okay, fix those edges. And then I'll do a thin little surface coverage here. Wipe off any like dried paint on your silicone because you don't want that to compromise what you're doing. I'm just gonna spread this nice and evenly as much as possible. Get it as covered as I can, kind of marrying the edges there so it's like a nice smooth finish.
It already has a decent amount of dimension with the paint, which is nice.
It does. You do get most of your dimension from the paint. And then the resin is just kind of like a small little surface finish.
Little gloss. I'm gonna, before this gets like ruined or something, I'm gonna cure this little music note. I just put one other coat on there.
I'm gonna go in with my pedalite. And add it to the top here. Wait for it to dry, otherwise we're gonna get a heat fuse. Or not dry, cool. Cool.
Right, because you don't want it to get clumpy at all for your next color.
Hi, Carlene. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I think that the YouTube broadcast may have just stopped.
What the heck?
Just disconnected. I think our internet connection is bad here today. I tested it and it's not great. So, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you popped over to Facebook and found us over here. We are going to be moving studios here soon, guys. So that should be exciting. And it should come with better, more stable internet. We hope. Crossing our fingers. See if I can get a a shot of you working around your camera to see it.
The hard part is like these little side edges of this little puff
Right,
here,
just to get it
which is
perfect.
why I like to like pick it up usually. All right, and then we could probably even do, if you want to make a tool. Can you give me a head pin or eye pin or something like that?
What do you? That's the purpose.
I just need to. I'm gonna make something to make a little daughter.
Okay.
Like, cause you could take a pin, and I'm making it into a pin, and then I'm just gonna add the little dots.
Okay. Here's a
Which would
piece
be
of
hard to
wire
do.
and a head pin.
Okay, we'll do the head
Is
pin.
that good?
And I'm gonna make a little daughter if I can have the resin
Yep.
while this is drying.
There you go. Let me know if you need any more.
Just gonna do a boop and a boopity doop, and I'll need the lamp's right there. I'm gonna just dip this in here to make like a little dome, and that's literally, I'm holding it and just holding it down. All I did is dip my head pin in here.
Oh, because, okay, so you're making a tool
Yes.
for making the little dots.
Yes.
Ah.
Usually people have like those little metal ones that they just like doop.
Yeah.
So that's what
I'll
I'm gonna
just
do.
use the end of a pin, but this makes it smoother probably, right?
I would think so. Yeah. Hopefully I secured all the way. Good. Doop. You can also, I've done a faux like head pin finish where you just like dip this with some paint and then you have like a little ball at the bottom for like a little customization. I'm gonna dip this right into my little thing here. Add some dots. This is very hard to do, guys. It's not difficult, but I can't see straight above it.
Let's bring it closer to
Here
you,
we go.
and I'm going to move the camera because I want to make sure that you.
No, it's fine. I'm just doing my dots. Don't touch.
Oh, look at that.
So I'm just gonna make some of them a little bigger.
See, I try to make her life easier, guys, but she just says, no, I want to do it. Out, out.
Okay. And we'll just let this dry, and then we'll do a thin layer of resin right over top of it. I'm gonna move this off to the side for now. Out of my face. Did anybody say that they wanted to see something specific?
Nope. So I think we do the owl.
I'm just already grabbing it because I didn't see anything either. What color should we make the owl?
Blue? What do you think? We've got also
Yeah, I like
ochre.
blue.
What about like blue and yellow? Like yellow for the eyes and blue for
Well,
his...
I was gonna bedazzle his eyes.
Oh, that would be cool too.
But I can make his beak and feet yellow.
Yeah, so that's... You'll have to use the antique, which just means a couple coats. But...
Yeah, this won't be as thick of an experience.
It's a good way to see the difference in the viscosity between the different products.
You guys will get the proper product for this.
Yeah, so if you do buy the bundle, it'll come with the enamel in it. But we need to order more for the studio here.
So I'm gonna start. Yeah, you can guys already, if you couldn't tell already, how much of a different experience this
Look
is.
at it. That's a really great example. You know what? Let's do two owls. Put another one right next to it, and let's do like a regular color. A regular paint color on it. Like maybe your green opal. And then you can see the difference between the antique and the enamel. Same piece, two different products. So you can see how the antique just settles into the grooves there, which is a cool effect too. I'm almost thinking like if you did the base with an enamel and then you did an antique over top of it, that would be a really cool effect too.
So that's what that looks like with an antique versus... I never pick anything up off these mats. We also have... I don't want to put red on him.
Just do the green opal for the base because I think that'll look good on him. Green opal and yellow would be cool.
I'm just going to put some new stuff on my mat for this. I know you guys probably are like, oh, but there's a puddle right there.
It's been sitting there for a minute.
It's been sitting there for a minute.
Heat-tooled.
And these dry really fast, yeah. So I'm going to put a new one on here.
Now remember, with the enamels, you have a little less working time than you do with the antiques.
Move out of the way, buddy.
He thinks he's the star of the show. Ooh, Dina says purple. Purple would be a pretty owl color. We could do you want to do like a purple antique over the green? Or would that be too much? What do you think? Like after it's dry?
I don't know with the yellow though. He would have to have like a purple beak, I think.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I'm just going to start to add a little bit here.
You can see too how you could enamel like just the wings if you wanted to, or just the eyes if you didn't want to do full coverage and just have like a little detail.
And this will settle in the grooves too a little bit, but not the same way. It's not as good at it. I'm just doing a very thin layer here so I can keep my dimension on the piece. As much as possible for the moment. And then I'll go back in with another layer.
Yeah, I actually really love this color on him. Should we do you want, I'll just pull a couple of options out here for you.
Just turning him around so I can see. See.
There's a couple of antique colors that might look good with as accents. You can put it in the grooves.
Alrighty. I'm happy with that amount of coverage. I'm gonna let him dry to the side for the moment, and we're gonna pull back our candied heart. can show you a little resin process there. And how it kind of transforms the piece. Alright, put some of this on my mat. And I'm going to try not to dip my hand in it, because I didn't have any other place to put it this time. And we will start to add it. I'm taking that small amount and just pulling it all the way around. Sorry guys, I am in hyper focus mode. If you could not tell.
It reminds me of watching like nail artists. And I was thinking how you'd be good at that when I saw like the detail on that ballerina slipper charm.
Yeah.
Although you probably would take like a million years to do it, because it would never be perfect enough, right?
Usually they do take a million years to do it. Like,
yeah.
It takes a long process.
How long does it take for one of your nail appointments?
My nail appointments are usually like 3 to 4 hours. So yeah,
that's actually pretty good, because think about it. If each nail was a pendant, that would be like 10.
Yep.
They actually go pretty well together, I think. They complement each other.
The thing that's nice about nail art is they can just, if they mess up, they spray it with acetone. Boop.
Ah.
They get a little wipe, spray it with acetone, wipe it right off, and they can restart. I don't get to restart, guys. What I do is what I do.
That's really cute.
And then I'm going to try and make sure that she's completely covered. It looks like she's missing some right here. Yeah, she was definitely missing some right there. So just do a really good, like, yonder around. And then cure it. When I did this, I obviously preserved those little indents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you were to resin it, you're going to do the same thing where you're going around that spot and then filling it afterwards.
Nice.
And then we'll let this cure for a little bit. It is a full coverage. So I do like to really make sure so that I'm not if you pull it out too soon, you can make your piece a little bit matte from your fingertips. And I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible.
That's actually kind of what happened from handling this a lot. The music note, I don't want to, since it's still kind of technically curing. When I was filing it, handling it a lot, it made it matte. So then if that happens, you just can do another light coat on top, which I did. And then this is not even cured. It's not even completely cured, but it will take away the mattification. You can just do another coat on it and cure it super hard. Oh, welcome, Jean. Thanks for popping in and spending some time with us. I hope your school year is going smoothly. It's off to a good start.
Okay.
I think
almost there. Yeah, I hope everybody's school year is good. Dun, dun, dun. Do you want to... I can't put this on yet. Guys, this is making me upset.
You
Can
just
we be
wanna...
done now so I can wear this? I'm kidding. I do enjoy being here.
Thanks for coming, Lynn. Yeah, so there is a lot of kind of fun information about the themed charm sets at the beginning of the live if you're doing the rewatch later.
Wow, you want to know what I did do a really good job of this time, though?
Really? What?
The other side is perfectly clean.
It's clean. Good job.
Last time that was not the case, but it is perfectly clean on this side. So you could just do it, leave it like this, and get it nice and
which I think
perfectly
for
clean.
the demonstration, for the purposes of our demonstration, that's probably how we'll leave it today. All right, I'm going to challenge you now. So what I want you to do is use an antique color, one of each of these on, pick purple for one and yellow for the other on your owls to add dimension to your color. So we'll do yellow ochre on one of them and royal purple on the other.
I'm going to let you do it.
You want me to do it?
So I can go to the bathroom.
You're going to take a break. Okay. I get to say hello to everybody.
I had to go for a while, but I was demonstrating.
Okay. You're like, I need that. Just like, but I have to get it to the point where I can take a break, right? All right, guys. Which one do you think I should do? Oh, you're at Torch Lake in Michigan watching? Oh, that sounds amazing. What is Torch Lake like? I'm curious. Wait, which way do I need to go to be a little bit more centered? There we go. I'm just going to move this over. We won't tell Ainsley. All right. This is really lovely. So let's look at the difference between these. This one, you can look at the differences in coverage. This one she did one coat of enamel on, and this one coat of antique. Now I'm thinking that the yellow goes well with the blue. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm thinking the purple goes well with the green, and we're gonna do that. Just open this one because I haven't used it yet. Oh, it's like the Caribbean. What? Janet, I'm gonna look up Torch Lake now. I don't know if any of you, I know a few of you follow my Instagram account and were able to see the pictures that I posted of the national park up there. But that blue is just like crazy. So I wonder if it's something like that. Okay, so this has been treated with one layer, and sorry, I'm messy again today. This has been treated with one layer of enamel, and then I'm gonna just take some of the antique and just go in the recesses, and look at how cool that looks. So just like dab it in. And that one, I think that just is a really cute combination. Now you can, if you did like I did, and this will reactivate the paint a little bit sometimes and get it to, I'm just gonna go back in and touch that up a little bit. I don't think that was completely dry yet. But we'll just do a little bit of this color. Maybe I'll just use my regular brush to do it. And then we get that kind of pretty blendy color, which is great. So that one's done. Move him off to the side. And then maybe I'll just go in the eyes with this one, with the yellow, and maybe like the beak or something. I really like those two colors together. They're really good. We'll get the orbitals just filled in with this. For those of you who have worked with the Ultimate Paints and the antiques, which ones are your favorites and why? Or maybe there's favorites for different purposes. So for making an enamel effect, I love the Ultimate Paints. For getting kind of that subtle look, I love the Antiques. This one side's a little bit thicker than the other one, so what I'm gonna do, or it's not thicker, but there's a little bit more in there. I'm just gonna wick a little bit of that out so it looks about the same. There we go. That's looking more even. So this is becoming kind of like a lesson on the difference between the products, which is kind of fun. And then I'm going to put a little bit of, this is a different color yellow that we have. Let me see if I can get this open. Okay, put a little bit of yellow over here. And then I'm gonna do maybe his little beak and feet. So this is in the Ultimate Paint. You're gonna see the difference of how this goes on. Thicker and just in like one coat for that detail. I think it's kind of fun to have multiple shades as well, kind of adding some interest. That's cute. I can kind of zoom in a little bit. Show you guys there. And then I think what we'll do, what do you think? Do you think his beak and feet, do you like it in the natural brass or should they have color? What do you guys think? Maybe I'll clean up this mat a little bit while we're waiting for this to dry. That way it's not messy for Ainsley when she gets back to demonstrate. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think he should have color or leave it as is? And I think she's going to bedazzle this one with rhinestones in the eyes, which will be fun. Color with a little black on the pupil. Oh, interesting. Natural. Well, I think what's going to happen is Ainsley's going to be putting little flat backs in these little guys anyway. So that'll cover up the pupils. If you hand me one more of those wipes, I can finish getting this clean for you. You. I do tend to make a bit of a mess when I take over Ainsley's spot and then she gets back and she's like, oh no, what have you done? There, that's not too bad. So I thought I would let you pick the colors, the rhinestone colors for these guys, or flatbacks. Do we have some here, right?
Which I think there's just a couple laying around. And we should be, yeah, we do. Here we go.
So this one, I did, I just added antique in the eyes, and then on the beak and the feet, I did the enamel. And then for this one, I just did a layer of antique on top of your already antiqued, so they could kind of see the difference here. And then they should be ready to bedazzle up. Yes, do you need more, you need to find matching flat backs?
No,
You have enough. Oh,
your
my
glasses. Just pointing to her glasses. All right. I'm gonna put some gems out onto my mat. I'm gonna do.
You do have some here.
Blue
Well,
on my yellow guy. And I'm gonna add some Loctite.
I would maybe put that on with like a little head pin if you have a harder time controlling how much comes out.
Nope.
Ainsley's used to it. So I'm just saying for somebody who hasn't used it as frequently, apply it with a head pin or something if you haven't done that.
Where's
A lot
Here's
before.
my silicone brush.
These are going to be so cute. Which color combination do you guys like better, but guys? Well, you can tell us when we're done. But I think they're both going to be adorable.
Trying to get him in the right spot.
Ah, thank you, Elizabeth. I love the owls too. Oh, it's almost covering up his whole eye.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't
Oh,
planning
you know what?
on
You
painting
do see.
them.
Wait,
You
leave
do see it a little bit
You
on
see it a little bit.
on that one
Yeah,
spot.
if you keep it like a little droopy and lower, then
Yeah, I was doing that on purpose.
yeah, then you do see some of the yellow, which is perfect.
Just need to get it a little bit up. There we go.
If you had an even smaller gem than that, then you would see more of
I
it.
like the big chunky gems though.
I think it gives it that vintage appeal, right?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. Then we distance him out, he looks way better. Up close it looks funnier.
You like the one with the yellow, Lynn?
Look how cute
Yeah,
he is.
I think it's the most like classic coloring to have like the blue and the yellow, which is why we added those two colors to the enamel set.
I pulled it off. Probably not enough Loctite. Maybe I wasn't generous enough.
Yeah, well, I think because there's a recess there, you need to put extra in.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like more than you think. That's one nice thing about the gel control is that you can kind of fill cavities with it.
Yes, I agree. Seems like that one really was locked in. I think I just didn't do enough on this side.
Okay, so what color are you going to use on the purple owl? Purple and blue.
I think we're going to have to do...
Green, maybe?
We could do the purple. And see
Ooh,
how it
purple with
looks.
purple. I was thinking a fun thing for fall, and that thing that we haven't done yet is teaching brooches. Not just like the dangly charmy pins, but like an actual like big brooch. Would you guys like a class on different fall brooches? Are they still a thing? I mean, I feel like they always are.
I use them a lot personally.
Yeah.
Because the thing is they allow you to do a lot with your outfit. So,
Versatile.
yes. I don't wear them in like your traditional sense, I guess, but I definitely do use them.
Jean's saying yes. Jean says yes, that means we're going to do it.
Jean and Jean both say yes. Okay.
So earlier, when we were first starting the live, we showed a preview of some of the different charm sets that we put on the shop, and talking about like how our different personalities relate to the different sets, which was kind of fun. So you guys will have to check those out and see which one you guys relate to.
Okay. Look how cute. Dun, dun, dun.
Do you have a favorite out of the two?
Yeah, this one.
The blue and the yellow? Yeah. I think the blue and the yellow is more like classically. Now, so if we were going to do the candy charm, would you put like a little bit of resin just like on the feet and the nose to make it more dimensional, or what would you do?
Well, I would have waited to add the things if I was to candy it, the crystals, until last.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably would have just cured them.
Do the whole thing.
Whole thing, and then
Yeah.
drop them in there and cure it while those are in there.
That's cool. But you don't have to, like, for the enamel look, the Ultimate Paints are enough on their own. It's just kind of a fun thing to add another. What do you guys think? Check out the charms that we have and let us know what else you might want demonstrated. I think this is really adorable. You could even like have a pair of earrings that's like not exactly the same colors.
I'm adding him, guys. Too bad you can't get him in this set.
Now, would you fill the hollow of the back?
I personally wouldn't. You could though, if you wanted to, but it's not.
You're gonna put them on your
It's
bracelet.
smooth, but yeah, I'm putting him on my bracelet. Okay. Now you have to put this on me.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do this wrist. I don't normally do this wrist, but this is my bangle wrist.
There we go.
Alrighty, guys.
Did you swap to
I can swap to full screen.
full screen? Now we'll zoom it in. So cute. I think it's just a fun way to personalize your charms, is doing an enamel effect on them.
It makes it nice and colorful.
Yeah, it's a different look than what where we do patina effects all the time, where you're just doing like aged and crusty.
And you can see that here on these other ones, and it still goes really well together.
It's really good, but it's just like a different thing, right?
Okay. Anything else, ladies?
Yeah, I think we could probably just pop on, like just go through the pictures really quick and just go boop, 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 so they can see what different charms that we have, just because most of us are a little later joining than when we went over those.
So we have the Eclectic, which is my bracelet I just showed you without the chain, and the owl, because I added that. Then we have the Beach Hippie. We have the Collector. We have the Bookworm. We have the Traveler. We have the Dreamer. We have the Garden Fairy. We have the Adventurer. We have the Romantic. And then on top of all of those, we have this finished necklace bracelet pack, which you saw in the ball chain necklaces, which I'll show those on in a second. We have this finished bracelet pack with the necklace as well, with the chunky silver chain. And then we have this solid brass bracelet necklace kit. And this natural brass version of that bracelet necklace kit. And we also have these spacer beads. And last but not least, the Candy Enamel Effects paint set plus resin.
I think it'll be fun to, we've got a little bit of time left. I think what I might do is take your necklace there with the spacer beads and add some color to it.
How about you do this one?
Yes, I'll do that one.
I like this one.
You like that one just plain
a
without
lot
it?
because of the different colors.
Yeah.
Like all these pieces are really different colors.
Are you?
I'm full
Dual
screen.
screen?
I'm going to show this on though.
Okay. So what's fun is these beads fit right over the ball chain.
You just have to open up the jump ring.
And then they'll just slide right on.
Yeah. Because they are large hole beads.
Yeah, so that's fun. I think that's a fun way to do it. You could also, if you had like a really fine chain, you could do this as a bracelet as well.
Do you want to zoom in? It's very zoomed out.
Yep. So that's just kind of a fun idea of how to use the slider beads or spacer beads. And like Ainsley said, this earlier one that she was showing, large hole pearls is a great way to do spacers as well if you have those.
Any large hole bead, honestly, works very well.
Yeah.
I just thought the pearls were like a cool concept.
And remember, if you do decide to pick up these, any of the pick and mix bundles, if you buy 5 or more, you get an extra 20% off. If you're Backstage Pass member, an extra 20% off on top of that. So really great savings for that.
Just going to show this on real quickly for you guys.
That's cute too. It's a nice way just to add more to your stack.
There we go.
But wouldn't it be fun to have like a market with like a booth set up and then you had like the little names on each one?
Yeah.
And then so like when you're thinking about people that are shopping for a gift, they can relate really closely to any of these because they're like, oh, I know a bookworm and someone who's interested in this kind of stuff or a collector or that. And it just makes it more relatable, I think.
Yeah.
So should we do
that.
a little bit of experimenting on this?
Do you want to zoom in a little bit because it's still just very far away? So it's just like a little clustery kind of feel without the spacer beads.
With just jump rings, you can just layer them. So what kind of a look would you guys like to see on these? Anne's going to let me experiment on top of this fairy one. Well, definitely pinks, right?
Oh, and I did add, friendly reminder, I did just hammer this little A on there with our little stamp set.
Corian just did a good live with a lot of metal impressing the other day. Shared a bunch of techniques of doing that with the letter sets. Okay. So, I'm not even going to take these off the chain, guys. We're gonna get real adventurous here. I think pink and yellow are going to be a pretty combination for this tree. So we'll get some pink and red maybe. Love putting names on my jewelry. It's another great way to personalize, I think, Lynn. Do you ever do, when you're at a show, do you ever stamp right there and add details for people? Gonna get all my colors on the screen with it so you guys can see what I'm doing. What do you think? Are you guys gonna try this candy enamel technique?
I think they definitely should. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. This other yellow that's not on the set here that I have been using is neon yellow. Okay. How are we gonna do this? I think what I'll do for this tree is we're gonna start with the Ultimate Paint as a base. And this is the petalite, and we're gonna do the tree. And then I'm gonna wick some away so that you still see some of those cool flower details.
She likes to use Q-tips a lot normally.
I do.
She's doing a makeshift
I'm
Q-tip.
making it. I found like little shortcuts for doing kind of production in jewelry, and that is one of my secrets is Q-tips for sure. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some of this ochre yellow in the antique to get kind of this blendy look. It's giving it more of like, kind of like an autumn fairy look, I think. Maybe put a little bit of red in the dots of these flowers. And then maybe we'll go in with a little bit of this neon yellow. Just add just a touch of it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys so you get a better view of what's going on there. I think I like the way this is turning out. What do you guys think? It's kind of a cool color combination.
Yeah, it is a pretty color combination.
So, petalite, let me zoom out a little bit.
Reminds me of like Tangled, her art.
Yeah. So we've got petalite. This is the ochre yellow in the antique. So this is Ultimate Paint. Garnet Ultimate Paint, and then neon yellow Ultimate Paint is what we've used to make this fall fairy-ish tree. I'm gonna get this dry because I will do a little bit of resin on this so you get that candy enamel effect. Get that mostly dry so that it doesn't move around too much, and we'll let that finish drying and cooling off while I do this butterfly. So do you think I should make him like complimentary, or should it feel like maybe we do cool tones on this one, like the green opal and the blue.
Whatever you think is best.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm like kind of asking, but not really asking. I feel like that's what happens when I do like a chat with ChatGPT when I'm trying to figure something out. Like it's like having a sounding board is kind of what it's like, because I end up like using my own idea anyway, but it's almost like having a conversation. It's kind of like, do you like this outfit, or which shirt should I wear? And then you
Helps
go,
you make up your mind.
Yes.
You're like, actually, I don't like that idea.
You're
like
like,
my
no.
idea.
You're like, I'm not gonna do
And
what
if
you
you're
said
swayed-
anyway.
And if you're swayed, that means you didn't really like your own idea.
Yep, it's true. Okay. Lynn says, I never think of adding the neon colors, but what a difference. I've been doing that with a neon green with my blues and greens.
Yeah, neon green
Yeah.
is a very special color.
It is. So the neons, I'm like, first when we introduced them, Wendy was the one that, thought that we should do the neon colors. And I'm like, what are we even going to use them for? Like, it's very poppy. It's not super vintage, but they are amazing with the other earthy colors. There is neon in nature. Like you think about like bioluminescence, you think about the way like moss looks, all of those things have those really bright tones.
And it adds a lot of vibrancy to your work.
Okay, so we're going to do a base of the Ultimate Paint in green opal for this. Again, we're going to look very fairyish. And then we'll wick some of this away too, because I want the details of the stamping to show through. I don't want to obscure those too much. Don't you guys love all the charms that Ainsley curated? She did all of that work and came up with all of the theme names. All I did was go, well, we have this one in stock, or we don't have this one in stock, and maybe swapped out one that we had that was similar, and then did the layouts, but that was like it. They're so cute.
It was a lot of work, guys.
It was a lot of work.
I had to go through so many products.
Okay, so we've got that base, and then I'm going to go on with the antique in the pale blue on top. This is still wet, so you're going to see a little bit of blendiness happen. And then I'm going to wick some of that away. Just kind of going back and forth with the colors till I'm happy with it. And then probably what I'll do is after this is dry, I'll go in and highlight it. That is bubbling a little bit. Got a little overzealous. Maybe I think to tie these together, let's go in with a little bit of this vibrant neon yellow. Although I think I want to use the silicone brush to do that.
To get lavender, I think we have a lavender color in the Ultimate Paints.
Yes, who is asking about that?
Jules.
What was her question?
What Ultimate Paint color combination could I mix to get lavender?
So we have Chalcedony, which is a really dusty lavender color, and we also have a lilac-y color, which is opalite.
Yeah.
And so those are two different colors that are in that lavender range, so you can buy that straight color. If you wanted to mix,
you could probably do a blue.
Yeah, if you wanted to mix from this particular set, you could do pink and
blue
and pale blue.
And maybe a little bit of red, depending if you needed.
Yeah, so
more.
we could probably do a little experiment there and see You know what I did? I didn't wait for this to cool off. Whoops, I got distracted. So this is what Ainsley was talking about earlier. If you don't wait for it to cool,
It's a heat fuse.
it's gonna like fuse to it and become clumpier. I should have waited, guys. That was my bad. Do we have a sanding sponge here?
If it is, it'd be in that little.
Let me just see. It's not quite cured yet. I think I can peel it off because it's not dried on there yet. I will be able to fix it. There. Yeah, don't be a dummy. Like I just was.
Don't be a dummy.
Don't be
Stay with mommy.
Now it tangles on your mind, right?
Yeah.
Mother knows best. Listen to your mama. Have you ever seen the have you ever seen the meme or the reel where they're like, I'm relating to the villains now as an adult? Just like, why do you need that man? It's funny.
Hey, he's a bad guy, which makes him a good guy.
Okay, so that's kind of a mix between the two colors. I think this is good, and we'll let that one dry. Do you think that this copper piece, what do you think?
I want to do the color mixing, so I'm taking over.
Ah, what? Okay.
You're kicked.
What? Okay, before I go, I'm going to put one more coat of this little dash. It's because this is going to become the lavender.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just going to do one more of the pop of this neon yellow in the flowers so it really stands out, and a little bit more on top of here, and that becomes like our unifying color. Okay, get those out of the way, and you can do the leaf in lavender.
She's booted, guys. Booted, I tell you.
It's like, this is interesting. I want to do this.
No, I just don't like sitting around very much. Let's see. So I'm going to take my two colors. Give me 1 second to wipe this off. I'm going to take the pink here. I'm just pulling it from the pools. Then I'm going to grab some of the blue too, just wiping my silicone brush off in between. It'll be normally a little bit thicker with the blue. You're going to have to add extra.
You could probably just like take new paint too.
Oh, this
Like-
is very mauve-y pink now. Look at that.
It is.
That's very interesting, actually.
The colors, you guys, I say this a lot, but the way that we have formulated the colors, they make gorgeous mixtures. They don't get muddy. They just make a new, beautiful color.
Touch of red in there.
So that was just turquoise and petalite.
And then I added a touch of red. I'm
And
going to
a
go
little
back
bit of
in
garnet.
with the turquoise color.
And if you wanted it to be dusty,
Don't
you just
add
add
the
a
red.
tiny bit of like the eensiest bit of black. And when I say eensiest, I mean like a pinhead, because that stuff is so stinking strong that you've never seen anything like it.
So we already have a purple going here. I want to add a little bit more blue. It's a very dusty color. I do want to add a tiny bit of yellow to see, of that neon yellow, to see if we get some vibrancy from that. Oh, it makes it very neutral. Very neutral. Back with our blue. I do prefer working with more of our jewel toned colors personally.
So is that getting lavendery?
I shouldn't have added the yellow. I wanted it to be brighter, but
Oh
it did
yeah, the
not.
yellow will cancel it out. You almost have to start over again, I think. Yeah, so just to, let me grab those other colors too. Like if you want a really amazing lavender color. Let me grab, where's the purple shelf? We have some really beautiful purples. Here it is.
Because this is purple. It's just a very, like, beige purple.
There's opalite and chalcedony.
So we have these two colors. I kind of prefer the opalite personally.
It's got more pink in it.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got like our classic violet purple, but that's a lot more pinky, like plum color.
Yep. I think this one's also been one that's been here for like 4 years.
Yes, some of these paints are like 4 years old. That's why I was just gonna have you show the bottle, but I don't even know if they'll mix because did not order any new ones for the studio, so.
Yeah, we haven't used these in a while.
Yeah. So then take some more.
But this one seems like it's fine. This up.
This one,
See?
yeah, that's chalcedony, and then this is the color of the opalite, which this is an antique. This is lilac purple, or this is like opalite. So you can see the two different shades there, really pretty.
No, they can't.
So if you're trying to mix,
You could just add a little bit of this guy
Yeah,
in here.
if you wanted to make those two colors.
I'm going to add this right to my piece here.
Yeah, I think these are really it's really definitely the right call to do lavender on the leaf. Good suggestion, Julie Jules. Ooh, yes, they're great. We have one too in the studio. It's a vortex mixer. It's like really made for labs, but you just like hold the bottle on it and it'll help with like paints you haven't mixed up in a while.
All right. I'm going to dry this really quickly. Sorry, you guys didn't even see that. I forgot I moved it over. I'll do the other side for you guys. I kept it so it was separated, so you still get that copper peeking through.
Oh, nice.
It should be enough. I just don't want it to drip. Add another layer here since I did thin out my coat here a little bit because of adding that paint to get the shade that I wanted. you can obviously choose to do this however you like. This is just kind of what I've decided I'd like for this piece. Could do a thin coat right over top of it, or whatever. I just thought this would be kind of a fun technique to show you guys. Alrighty. Okay. Get this propped up on the other side. And do the same thing. Let this cool off for a couple seconds. Can't see. So hard, guys. It's so hard to do this stuff at a distance.
Just get your eyeball 1 inch from it and then you'll be fine.
Except for the camera's in the way for my head to go there.
Keep on offering to move it. She's just stubborn. She's just like, no, don't move it. Leave the camera right where it is. I would rather struggle. It's almost easier to see probably through the camera than it is with your naked eye, unless you're wearing readers, so that helps.
Almost there.
And after Ainsley's done with that, I will show you guys how to clean up the pieces.
From a distance. Let that cool off for a couple of seconds. And I'm gonna get some resin out. We're gonna do a quick little candy effect there.
Well, before you do that, you can clean up the lines if it's, as long as it's,
it will mess it up.
It's not completely dry yet.
No, because the paint bubbles over the surface of where the lines are, right? The paint comes up above it. You would be scraping off paint of the thing.
Yeah.
And it would come off weirdly because of it.
So if you wanted to clean that up at all, you could probably use an awl.
Yeah, you'd have to do. But this is like really zoomed in. You actually can't even tell.
From a distance.
It's
with
just,
the naked eye?
It's just extremely, extremely zoomed in. Okay, I'm going to go.
Ooh, nice. Julie said I mixed turquoise, calcidity, and petalite, and I achieved lavender. Awesome. So you're doing just the lavender bits?
Yep. As much as possible.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Fun.
a flash cure. So I'm gonna do it like for like 15 seconds. So that I don't accidentally, like, it doesn't spill over and mold mesh into like the other ones that I do.
Yep.
So don't be afraid to like flash
Because you want
cure
that metal
something.
to show in between.
And it's not going to be completely cured, but it's going to keep it from moving.
Right.
In case I move my...
Just holds it in place.
Yeah. Oh, well, I lost my paint. My resin, I forgot about that.
I was wondering how long it would take you to notice that.
Okay, looks like I got it all. It's a little hard to see. So you do need to look on like the glare, wherever the glare is at, kind of. I'm always like angling my head in different ways to see if I got it completely covered. Alright, we're gonna cure that. Same thing, flash. We'll flash cure 15 seconds, and then I will do the bottom one, and then we'll do like leave it completely for the full amount of time to make sure there's nothing on the very bottom layer of it that's uncured. And then ideally you will have your piece away from the resin that you're pulling so that you're not wasting any. But my mat is a little bit messy at the moment. Alright, we're just gonna cure that. This is really thin, so I'm just gonna do 60 seconds because it's not a thick dome, which those will take longer to cure. And then we'll be done with this necklace. Which, by the way, where's the lid for this? Do you have it? Yeah, you do.
A little messy. I don't even know if that'll screw on.
At least protects what is inside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can see your phone case reflecting in there.
Yeah, see. Peace sign. Oops. Earthquake, earthquake. Alright. Pull this away so it doesn't accidentally drip in any paint. And you guys get that super cute little set. This is the Garden Fairy. These are just 3 pieces that are inside of that set. I'm gonna go full screen.
Cute. Yeah, I think it just makes
It makes it super like cutesy,
very
and
whimsical
playful.
feeling and very, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I will take a picture of that and put it on the product description too, so you can see it with all the fun color details. But yeah, I think we are
And
finito,
Melody,
guys.
the reason I just didn't do it just one time is because sometimes the resin, because it's a very thin-bodied resin, which makes it sometimes a little harder to work with, depending on what you're trying to do. It would make it more likely to spill over the edges.
Yep.
Since I didn't completely do one flat cover.
If she didn't care about keeping the copper exposed, she could have just done one coat over the top.
But I was trying to keep the copper exposed as much as possible there. So that's why I went about it that way. Anything else?
Nope.
Just a reminder that it is buy 5 get 20% off, and that does stack with your Backstage Pass benefits.
Yep.
So take advantage of that and maybe plan something fun with the friends. Or if you do this as well, I would love to see you guys post that in the DIY with Vintaj. I want to see how you do your clusters, if you do the candy resin, if you bedazzle with some flat backs.
Rhinestones.
And yeah, show us what you do.
Cute is if we put like the other owl in here would be cute too.
Yeah, but he's from a different set.
I know. I'm just saying like just to, wear. That'd be cute. He would go well with it too.
Yeah, he does go well with it. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate when you guys come. I hope you guys get to try out these techniques. No idea what we're going to do next week. It's going to be a surprise, because this one took a lot of work. So I hope you guys take advantage of those deals as well. Are you guys say goodbye too?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty, guys. Bye. Thank you.